Hello, I'm Grandmaster Mihail Marin, and I invite you to examine together the most typical tactical ideas in the Italian game, the Gioco Pianissimo system. This can be a good complement to my other DVD on the Italian game containing a repertoire for black in this opening. And logically, most of the positions are examined from black's point of view. There will be some exceptions. I will explain that later. Well, Gioco Pianissimo means the quietest game, so and the game is really positional, as we see. Is there room for tactics in such an opening? Well, the first part of the game, I mean the opening and the early middle game, tends to be purely positional, of course. Both players are developing, maneuvering, but depending on how the things go, tactics may start having a big importance. Sometimes they are left background, but sometimes they can even happen on the board after the early middle game, or even during that period. So first I will mention the categories according to which I have classified the material. First of all, there is the pride of black's position, this bishop, which at least in the early stage is the most active black piece. I have exemplified the way this bishop can cause big damage to white's position, or as it can be a very important helping piece, helping black to coordinate the other pieces. Secondly, there is this knight. Well, this knight is actually not so active. It's maybe the most passive piece in black's position, because there is a small difference in the structure. This pawn restricts the knight, and there are tactical possibilities involving this knight as it stands here, because the most typical way of activating the knight is transferring it to g6. But once the knight reaches that square, we are ready to switch to the next category, and this means the kingside attack. The kingside attack sustained only by pieces, without the help of the pawns. Of course, with all these pieces together, if well coordinated, they can be very dangerous. I mean, okay, this knight should be here, of course. So this is quite an important and typical chapter. We also have the pawn attack. There are less examples in this section because many of the good games were included in the repertoire DVD, because as explained there, I tried to make black's repertoire as aggressive as I could. And finally, it's the center. Of course, the center remains, even in such a static position, the most important area of the board. White would try to play d4, but black can also think of playing d5. After d4, of course, the bishop goes somewhere, and then there are several nuances. Okay, black can maintain the pressure, or release it, or organize a counter break in the center. Well, the same applies for white. If black plays d5, then he should also be aware of d4. So this is quite a complicated issue. And not least, actions in the center can have a tight connection with what happens on the wings. I return now to what I said earlier, that this DVD is mainly aimed at helping players with black. And nevertheless, there are a series of questions, tests, where the reader is invited to play a move as white. I have done this for two main reasons. First of all, with a small exception, this pawn, the structure is symmetrical. And also, the development is almost symmetrical. There is nothing black can think to do that white cannot try to do too. I mean, this bishop is as active as this one, just for instance. And of course, if the knight reaches this square, the white can also think of a kingside attack. So some of the combinations of the test you are invited to answer as white, if mirrored, they could actually serve for black, of course. Secondly, the second reason is more subtle. Sometimes I have invited you to play with white certain moves, because this way I could hide better black's ideas. So white needs to cross to avoid certain dangers. So you have to see them in advance. I thought that this could be interesting. But as said, the DVD is mainly aimed for helping black. Well, of course, players with white can use it too, precisely because of the symmetry. Because, white can carry out practically the same combinations with reversed colors. All this have been said. I hope you'll enjoy this DVD, and I wish you success with solving.